Wobblies, welcome to Wobbly Otter Outdoors. I'm Chris, and in this episode we are going to be reviewing carbon steel pans by Lodge. The two carbon steel pans we're going to take a look at are the 8-inch and the 10-inch. First we're going to take a look at the specs, then we'll take a look at their non-stick properties right out of the box. Next, we will season each of them 3 times and see how that hopefully improves their non-stick performance. The pans are made in the USA out of 12 gauge carbon steel. 3 steel rivets attach the handle to the pan. The 8-inch pan has a top interior pan diameter of the 8 inches or 20.3 centimeters. The bottom of the 8-inch pan is roughly 5 5/8 inches in diameter or 14.3 centimeters. It weighs 2.4 pounds or 1.1 grams and has a handle length of 9 inches, 22.9 centimeters. The 10-inch pan has the top interior dimension of 10 inches or 25.4 centimeters. The bottom of the pan is 7.5 inches in diameter or 19.1 centimeters. The 10-inch pan weighs 3.15 pounds or 1.4 kilograms. The handle length is also 9 inches, 22.9 centimeters. After the first use, I was surprised, frankly, how well the smaller pan did with its non-stick surface. The larger pan did pretty well later on after it had plenty of the bacon grease in it, but at the beginning the bacon was sticking a little bit. Out of the box and after the first use, the texture of the bottom of them has ripples sort of like a fine sandpaper without the grittiness. It's smooth but has little tiny ripples. You can use most any kind of oil to season the pan. I'll be seasoning the pans in an oven because I want the seasoning to be uniform over the entire piece. We are going to be using canola oil. Canola oil has a smoke point of anywhere from around 425 to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. The idea is to bring the temperature of the pan with the oil on it up to just past that smoke point to polymerize the oil on the surface of the pan, and that's what will provide that seasoning, that non-stick coating on the pan. Because the higher smoke point temperature for canola oil is around 450 degrees, we're going to be baking our pans at 475 for about an hour. Then we're going to let the pans cool in the oven and repeat the process 2 additional times. Down in the description, I'll put a link to a couple of resources that list the different oils that can be used for pan seasoning, as well as their smoke points. So if you're seasoning your pan in the oven, select a temperature that is about 25 degrees higher than the smoke point of the oil you're using. After the pans have a light coat of oil on them, we're going to put them in the oven upside down on the middle rack. Oh, didn't exactly mean to do that. If you prefer, you can use a lint-proof cloth. Paper towels are leaving so much lint on it. I think I will wipe them off with a lint-free towel. Before I forget to mention, we purchased the pans ourselves, and we'll put product links down in the description. Because I seasoned the pans 3 times in the oven and leaving it in there for 475 degrees for about an hour each time, and then let the pans cool down in the oven for about 30 minutes to an hour. It took most of yesterday to finish seasoning the pans the 3 times that I wanted to. And the pans looked really nice all over, black throughout. And so as soon as we can get our fire where we have some coals, some manageable coals, then we will attempt to use our 10-inch pan to cook an omelette. Gosh, this smells amazing. So the first thing we did was put some ghee that we made in a previous video in the pan. That's our oil. Then we added onions, bell peppers, green and red, and some sliced mushrooms. Just like cast iron, evidently, a nice thing about carbon steel is it holds temperature well. So even though we've got some serious fluctuations with the snow and the air temperature and the heat underneath, it is holding the heat well. Not sticking at all. I couldn't be happier. This is fantastic. Oh yeah, this was a good purchase. Quick, get our eggs in place before we start to get too hot here. We've got 4 eggs. And while my goal and hope is to make a nice pretty omelette, I'll be happy if we have nice pretty scrambled eggs. Not sticking at all. Oh my gosh. Oh, a little stick. It's okay. It's a hot fire. We're asking a lot. Pan's hot. That little bit of extra oil helps. Flip it. Okay, we'll make a multi-piece omelette. Ow, hot. Our egg is definitely done. Move it off to the side here. I'm going to take this inside real quick because this is our brunch, and then I'll come back and we'll do some closing thoughts. I will say, first thoughts, oh my gosh, the extra seasoning really worked, and it worked fantastic. Have enough oil to help it not stick over a really hot fire, and you're golden. Be right back. So I couldn't be any happier with the Lodge carbon steel pans, especially after adding the additional seasoning, and it does make a difference. So while the initial seasoning that Lodge puts on it is good and it will keep it from rusting until it reaches you at your door, adding additional seasoning as well as using oil or butter when you cook will help season your pan even more and make it an even more smooth, slick surface as you use it. So the whole reason I got the carbon steel pans is I wanted a pan that had a non-stick surface that wouldn't ever come off and doesn't have any potentially harmful chemicals. And while the carbon steel pan is definitely heavier than a lot of our other camp cookware, it is still lighter than cast iron. I like that it has a relatively longer handle. So I'm so happy that the carbon steel pan is meeting its goal of being a nice blend of what we like of the non-stick light camp cookware and our cast iron skillets. When we received our carbon steel pans, I was surprised with how thick they are and how heavy they are. I quite frankly expected them to be lighter, but I'm glad they're not. Lodge says their carbon steel pans are safe to use on all cooktop surfaces, gas, electric, as well as induction stovetops. And of course, you can use them over campfires as well as over a grill. Let us know what you think down in the comments below. Thanks for watching Wobbly Otter. We love you and hope all your tomorrows are bright. Until next time.